Okay, so today, like we did last fortnight, and I decided to start doing more analysis of articles so that you guys can have the link to the article and understand what the article is banging on about as well. And I threw this out on YouTube. I threw this out to my email link, and I got the best responses. I've been doing YouTube and stuff like that for like nearly 10 years now, and since we've made the shift, the responses have been so much better. So that's what we're going to give you guys because that's what you're interested in. So the today's study is all about online sessions and Crohn's disease, which we'll go in just a minute. But first, let's ask Justine an interesting question. You ready?
Hmm.
So, Justine, would you rather be easily influenced or influence people easily, but nobody believes you?
The second one, I think.
Ah, so you want to influence people easily, but
Influence
nobody
people
will.
easily, but they won't believe me. But to be honest, I wouldn't care whether they believe me or not because I would have influenced them anyway.
Ah, you got the tricky
So
side.
that believing me would be I'd influence them and then I'd do something to make them think that I'm influencing them and they won't believe me, but they'll already be influenced. So I don't care.
Who's really good at hypnosis and NLP? Justine. Love that, love that. All right, so I will share my screen. So can you let me share my
Oh,
screen
yeah.
and
Look,
we will flip that study out. Okay, so that one there. Okay, so you can see the study on the screen now.
yep.
Awesome. Okay, so this was a study that is available in PubMed, and I will throw the link down in the comments. So this was all about virtual hypnosis with gut-directed hypnotherapy and people with Crohn's disease, completely randomized. Okay, completely randomized. Now, before we get into the shorts and curlies of it, I want to make this point really clear. This is what we call a feasibility study. So a feasibility study is where they are studying. It's not so much about, oh, we've studied anxiety or depression or your bowel or something like that. It's not a specific study, okay? It is about a feasibility study, which is a baseline of symptoms with the nervous system going up. So it's called the bottom baseline, okay? So it's based on quality of life improvements, anxiety improvements, or vice versa, stress, and the major symptom based for that individual person. So that's what the feasibility is all about. And feasibility studies are just usually generally that across the line. Okay. So this was a randomized trial. Now I've got my notes here as well. So there were 33 people that were invited to the trial. Now let me get the statistics up as well. There we go. So 76% of the people that were originally starting it, so 28 of them out of the 33, completed it over a period of 12 months. So this is not a small study, this is a big study. And how did they do the study? So what happened was they have the 5 points of assessment. So the baseline, so that's where they did the hypnotherapy online for Crohn's disease. Then they had post-intervention. So this happens afterwards. So what's going on here, etc., etc. And then they did follow-ups 3, 6, and 12 months after the post-intervention. Make sense? So that's what they did. So 28 people completed the whole criteria. That's how it works. So it's a very, very interesting study because it doesn't actually say, you know, specifically what somebody got more of, like, or better at. But what they did say was that when they looked at it, 97 to 100% of the time, all of the points were objectively data collected so that way they knew it was good. It was also all online. This was 100% online, but unfortunately there were 60% people that experienced technical difficulties, which is usually an internet connection or I don't know where the button is because I don't want to read.
Is it an older study when the internet was shitty?
No, no, this is 2020 to 2021.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's
when,
not that
when
old.
everyone was on the internet because it was COVID time.
Yeah, and that's the cool thing about it because it's all during that COVID period, and they went, right, how do we do hypnotherapy for Crohn's disease online, and is it feasible? And what they found was that 76% of the people that went through it got amazing results. Absolutely amazing results. So what they found was, now remember, this is feasibility study, so it doesn't say it helped with anxiety or depression or something like that. It implies that 76% of the people got better results with online gut-directed hypnotherapy focused on Crohn's when it came to their quality of life, anxiety, stress, and the major symptom that that person had issues with, but that major symptom isn't specified. So here's the conclusion part. Oh, well, let's go back to the method, okay? So the method was all together in a single site, okay? The feasibility trial. So they did 7 weeks of virtually delivered gut-directed hypnotherapy. So 7 weeks. Now, my gut-directed hypnotherapy training, which is recognised by the Alfred Hospital and stuff like that in Australia, is the minimum of 8 weeks. So they did the standard protocol. Why don't we do 6 weeks? The reason why we stopped doing 6 weeks is because in the 4 to 6 week mark, people were demonstrating that was a self-jeopardization period. So we needed that couple of extra weeks support. So that ticks off that box, right? And it was for adults with Crohn's disease. So these are people that have been diagnosed with Crohn's disease, not they might have it or anything like that. So the primary outcome was a study of feasibility where intervention was acceptable. So they already had stuff that was going on, whether it was medication or doctors on board or something like that. And they went, look, what if we add hypnotherapy to this? Will that assist with these baseline issues with their nervous system? Okay. And they reported their outcomes, like I said, at the 5 points. Okay. Then it was a bit of a slow takeoff. They said that. They clearly stated that. And then they had 37 participants, and 95% of them went to post intervention. So they had the hypno, then they went to the post intervention, and then 76% after the 12 months completed the full assessments. And then the results were most intervention participants completed all hypnotherapy sessions, that an 88% hit rate. So that's fantastic. And they all reported that they got great results. They got better quality of life. It was all done 100% online for Crohn's disease.
That's such a good thing there. Reported being extremely satisfied, 73% despite 60% experiencing.
Yes. Now, let's scroll on down a little bit because this is part of a lot of articles that people don't actually read because we read the stuff and we're like, oh, awesome. It ticks the boxes. But let's scroll down a little bit. Now, this is where there's a conflict of interest statement, right? Because people can be biased. We have our own opinions and we have our own biases, right? Every single person declared that there was no conflict of interest.
That's awesome.
That is really cool. So this was a genuine feasibility study. It's up to date. It's within that 7 years that we're looking for. And it was also done at a hospital. So let me type that in. And it was also done at a tertiary hospital. So it wasn't done just at a school that was studying it. It was done at an actual hospital with people that were sick with Crohn's disease.
That's awesome. That's so cool.
How cool is that? So when it comes to Crohn's disease and hypnosis, it 100% hits the nail on the head. Gut-directed hypnosis not only works with the gut, it works with the brain, the nervous system on multiple levels, and your subchromatic systems, all of the stuff, all of the things. Now, in this particular study, they haven't mentioned anything about nutrition because this is a baseline feasibility study. When they do nutrition, then that means it's the next level kind of study. So this was just to do with the brain, the nervous system, and quality of life stuff. And it proved 76% of people got awesome results without changing their eating regimes.
That's very cool. Yep.
So yeah, so how cool is
And,
that?
and over 12 months. So it wasn't just getting the person to like say something after
Exactly.
7 sessions. Yep.
Exactly. So that's really cool. And they had the post intervention, which they didn't state what was. Usually when it comes to feasibility studies, they're just looking at your quality of life and what your stress levels are and how you're expressing yourself. And then they did the follow-up 3, 6, and 12 months and still got great results. So
That's really cool.
that is really awesome. So I will chuck that link into the description for anybody who wants to use it with their social media, with your website. Please, when it comes to these links, you know, do some work, write a blog about it, and then have that link supporting your blog on your website. Get that SEO cranking and then have regular posts with these studies going out, because the more you do that, especially on your social media, the more people will start taking notice that you're onto the real thing, that you're not just yabbering about it, that this is actually a thing and that it is supported via science or studies or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, awesome. And good to throw it out on LinkedIn for people
Oh,
who like it.
absolutely. If you're on LinkedIn, that's where the professional status occurs. You're showing right there and then that you are willing to put in that extra mile to look at the studies, to give them a read, and then to post on there. And this is another thing where you can use ChatGPT. You can take that study, put it into chat, and say, "Hey, write this in simple terms so people can understand." Also, reference where you found the study within that article so it can be backed up.
Yep, yep.
So how
Awesome.
cool is that?
Very cool. Thank you.
So that was a quick little one, but extremely powerful.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So yeah, and if you take something like that into the doctors and get a doctor on board, like a gastroenterologist or something like that, they're going to love that because it's a 2020 to 2021 study and it's online.
Yep. That's really cool.
They want less human interaction and more quick hit, get this done. Yep, you're good. Let's start working with you. And
Yeah, yeah.
you'll
That's
be
awesome.
so yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So if people have issues, symptoms, or anything they want us to run through, if
Mm.
you've got an idea for a research that we can have a quick look up and get Trish to do a review on, let us know or put it in the comments below.
Yeah, absolutely. So we don't mind if something simple like quitting weight loss or whether it's something more complex, sensory chewing or, anything like that. Please whack it in the comments because we want what you're interested in and you've got to tell us what you're interested in.
Yep.
Otherwise, we're just going to keep on going with what we're interested in. So please chuck that into the comments.
And then, of course, you get to use the links on your site. So if you
Exactly.
interact and tell us what you want, it benefits you greatly.
Hugely. It's a win-win for everyone. And the thing is with hypnotherapy as well, is that according to the Google scene, when you look us up on Google Trends, we are so low on the trending scheme that we barely even rank sometimes. So what Google Trends does is for every 1,000 people organically searching for hypnotherapy, you get like 1 point, okay? And then you'll look up hypnotherapy on Google Trends and we might have 10 points, but that's for like the day. Now, we switch that up to say KFC, right? That has every 1,000, they get 1 point. Now, mind you, they've got 10 million points
Every day.
every day. And that's people organically searching on the internet. So
Like whereas KFC.
yeah, when we're looking up anything on the internet, so if you look up, compare the two on Google Trends. So if you look up pain hypnotherapy or pain relief hypnotherapy, 0. It'll be flatlined. Where if you look up natural pain relief, it'll go,
Yep.
and that's what you've got to have on your website, natural pain relief, and then insert hypnotherapy, because that's how the Google trend works. When Google Trends talks about trends, it's not talking about the newest Taylor Swift movie. It's literally looking at how many people are typing it in, granting it a point, and then making sure you know where it's trending.
Yep.
So if you type in hypnotherapy, it almost flatlines. So in the grand scheme of statistical analysis of the internet world per day, hypnotherapy is basically a piece of dust or a piece of glitter in an entire
Yeah,
swimming
so
pool.
I think we tend to forget that, don't we? That when we're around hypnotherapists all the time and it's all we hear and all we see, we
Exactly.
assume everybody sees that. But a mechanic will see stuff about cars all the time and probably never even hear hypnotherapy unless
Exactly.
they're around us. Yeah, yeah.
Exactly. And unless we band together and comment on people's posts, use those links, get those blogs out, share each other's posts about hypnotherapy, we're not going to grow real fast.
Yeah, yeah.
So help each other out, share each other's stuff, get those links, and just keep on hammering it home because you'll be busy in no time. And yeah, and then we'll have to have somebody else sharing the links.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But that's how we all go together.
Awesome. Well, thank
Okay.
you.
So is
Oh,
Justine easily influenced, or is she influencing easily and nobody believes her?
of course, the second one, because I wasn't easily influenced into saying that I want to be easily influenced, was I?
Do I believe you though?
Mm, we'll see.
We'll see. So thanks everybody for joining in. A quick, sharp one today. Grab that link in the comments. Bye bye.
See ya.